Hey guys, it's James from Active here with JC, and today we want to talk about pressure washer accessories and dive deep into how they got designed, what their design intent was and their functionality and all that good stuff. Why don't we start with talking about why it's important to have these accessories or call it better accessories for a detailer or for a garage?
I think any accessory beyond the sort of what's included in your typical pressure washer kit is going to instantly improve the experience of washing. Things like the short gun and the foam cannon, the wand, they really do help the workflow. You're going to get into places better. You're going to wash better. You're going to clean it off better.
Right.
So all of that. I think with any accessory, whether it's one of these or one you'll buy elsewhere, it's all to do with the quality of the build. That's kind of our first point, that if we want to remain credible at all in whatever product we develop, we need to know that we're starting with our best foot forward.
Right.
So that's kind of the engineering piece. It's super critical.
Yeah, and you also want to take into consideration how all the pieces work together, right?
Right.
So the various quick connects, that we engineer into the product, making sure they're all made out of stainless steel where possible.
So, for instance, if you look at the short gun, I mean, we knew that the short gun is a great product because it's smaller, and we said, well, let's really make it small. Just create a much nicer balance when you're holding it. So that's kind of an indication on how our overall design thinking was funneled into this product. Another one would be, over here, we're now at the end of this development. We're not?
Yeah, we are.
Yes, we are.
It's just taken a long time.
It took a long time, yes. But it took a long time for a reason, because it needs to be great.
It's very simple in a way to go to various factories that make all these accessories, see what they have on the shelf and modify based on a couple of tweaks here and there. So whether it's like the color of the casing or whether you want to add an accessory or whatnot, the factories certainly are capable of building multiple levels and qualities of product. That's really not been our approach. We're really trying to think things from the ground up, think things through, really care about that user experience and quality. So it does take us a bit longer than just going to white label something, for better or for worse. I think the foam cannon, as I kind of laughed about earlier, it's taken a long time, but to be frank, there's good foam cannons out there already, right? So we definitely want to be able to bring something as good or better and unique with our own perspective to the market. Again, integrated and works as a whole system. So that's really kind of this year. And what about the lance?
It was about finding that optimum length and angle here, making sure the materials are great. And then the last bit is, how does it feel in your hand?
Right.
And just working over several prototypes. Does this feel right? If I grab it here, grab it there, my hands are wet, soapy, and so on.
We're building these products ground up, then we have the opportunity to think a bit more deeply on them. If we're spending the money on opening the tooling on these products, then we should take the time to think things through, add a bit more detail, add a bit more design, because we have that opportunity. Now, it's not always the case on every element. Some parts are stock, some parts are, there's a technical limitation, but where possible, for sure, we'd like to try to think things through. And I think that's why I think you get a nice balance of kind of functional benefits and kind of design, and that's kind of what we're trying to achieve here. So what are the future accessories that we'll be developing here at Active? I think, we talked a bit about the need to stay focused on the core product range and kind of not be too far removed from that. So anything that's in relation to or in kind of the pressure washer's orbit that we can affect, such as, as you guys know, the product here, the wall mount, the hose reel, the hose itself. That's really where we focused a lot of our attentions on in terms of trying to really optimize and make the product better. And obviously from a design point, that's kind of how you want to think about and integrate everything, right?
Yeah, that's right. It really needs to be a natural addition to what we've done so far, because it's what we know, it's what we're good at, and And I think we have credibility in those areas.
Yeah, I mean, and I would add to that, and I recognize, or we all recognize, there are very good players already in each of these accessory spaces. Big brands, well-known product that's done very well over the years. So if anything, we have to try just as hard or harder to kind of gain that share of people's wall, knowing that we're trying to displace people like Mossmatic or people that have, great foam cannons already, or hose reels and so forth. So we know the bar is set very high, and so that's why we're being very, very intentional about how we go about designing these accessories and how we bring them to market. Because, we don't want to design integrated solution like the wall mount, but then let our customers down with a crappy hose, or build a great looking gun, but then not have kind of great internals around it, right? So we're just really trying to be thoughtful about how we do this, because we know we have to measure up to some of the big brands already out there. So I hope you enjoyed kind of that brief discussion on our accessories. All of these products will be coming out very soon. We think they're going to represent amazing value for the customer. So please keep sending us your comments and feedbacks on both this product and other people's products, on what you'd like us to see, what you'd like to see us build next. We'd love to hear about it.